What did I do with them cooking utensils that I just bought? Almost burnt my damn hand.
I do my thing in the kitchen. My name is Cord, I'm for the culture, and I'm here with a vision. We here to talk, chop it up. They say the odds are stacked against us. We ain't seen that bet. And the things we do in kitchens, y'all ain't seen that yet. Yes, Lord, let me talk. Listen, man, we here for a good time, not a long time. Matter of fact, we here for a great time. You now turned into Kitchen Culture Podcast.
All right, y'all, so we're gonna be making an easy one-pot dirty rice dish. So it's a little bit different than the traditional, where you might add your gizzards, your livers, and things like that, but it's still gonna slap. Like, all right, so before we get things started, of course, you got the ingredients and everything, but if you like the video by the end of this, hit that like button. Also, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you be kept up to date on all recipes and content coming out. And as well, share the video with just 2 people. Okay, maybe 5. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so let's get off into the ingredients real quick. It's only a few things. All right, so what we got for our seasonings, we're gonna start off with some Tony's Creole seasoning. And to double back on that Creole flavor, what we're gonna do is the unsalted version. The no salt is real good for people that's trying to watch their sodium, but they wanna maximize on flavor, right? We're gonna get some cayenne pepper. If you want a little kick, you can leave this out. It really don't too much matter, it's up to you. Then we're gonna add in some bay leaves. We got a little onion powder. You can use either garlic paste or you can use garlic powder. Garlic powder is gonna be a little bit more practical, but paste, the flavor on that is crazy. Then also we're gonna add in some hot sauce. You can get Louisiana, Crystals, Cholula, whatever, just to get you a little couple dabs of hot sauce. I promise you it's gonna go a long way in this. All right, so for our other main ingredients, right? So what we have is a 1.5 cups of some white rice, just regular long grain white rice. Then we got some diced green bell peppers, some diced white onion, and then what we got is our ground beef and some pork sausage. I got the hot pork sausage, but you can get regular if your spice tolerance is a little bit lower. And lastly, we have some oil. You can get vegetable oil, you can get avocado oil. Just something that's not gonna burn really easy, like an olive oil. And our rice is gonna cook in some beef broth. So whenever you cook rice, one thing about it, whatever you boil it in, the rice is gonna take on that flavor. So chicken broth, you kind of get the idea, right? All right, so before we get started, all the specific measurements and ingredients will be in the description box below as well, but all right, let's go ahead and get started though. So since our skillet is preheated, what we're gonna do is go ahead and get things started. So we're using a 1/2 pound of each of the ground pork and the ground beef, all right? So just add those on in. One thing about it, you don't need to add any oil on this. Reason being is because the ground beef and the sausage or the ground pork, they automatically release their own oils. So yeah, it's not necessary, or else you have like a super oily dish. All right, so now while this is cooking, we're just gonna go ahead and break this down a little bit. All right, get you a spatula of some sort, and then we're just gonna cook. Now the skillet that I'm using is a non-stick skillet. I would say that or either a stainless steel is how you want to go with this. So while that's cooking, what we're gonna do is go ahead and season this up. So we hit it with the Tony's real quick. Now a lot of this flavor is gonna get lost in translation with when the rice starts boiling. So if you thought that was a little heavy-handed, adjust it to how it works for you then. We're gonna get some unsalted Tony's. So I know if you from the boot like that, like I know this, again, it's a spin on traditional dirty rice, but I bet you still eat it though. All right, we get some onion powder. A little Cayenne. And we're gonna come through with some garlic paste. So this is gonna cook it, just cook it until it's good and brown. So usually it'll take about like 8 minutes roughly. And then we'll start to add our onions on in and our bell peppers in just a second. All right. Oh, it smells good in the bitch, huh? Oh, listen, hey, one thing about it, whenever me and like whoever I was working with was filming, I'll definitely share. I definitely share. Hey, listen, I know across the screen, I know you can't smell this, but it smells good in the dish up in here though. Ooh. Excuse me, but it smells good as hell. I feel like cussing adds a little authenticity, so Just know I mean it. That's all. All right, since most of our meat is about brown, what we're gonna do is add in our diced onions. And our bell peppers. All right, so we're gonna let this cook down for another approximately about another 4 to 5 minutes. You just want to get the onions to kind of be a little translucent, and you want those peppers to soften up. Of course, they still gonna soften up during the cooking process with the rice, but yeah. All right. All right, so you see how them onions is kind of changing colors a little bit? That's what we want. Do you wash your rice or do you not? What's crazy is the package say don't, or it doesn't matter. The package literally doesn't say that you have to wash it. But I mean, I guess it makes a little bit of difference because of course with packaging and shit like that. One thing I always do, because in culinary they say you're not supposed to wash your meat. I'm washing my chicken. I'm black. We black. So, all right, so all we're gonna do is toast our rice. Y'all let me know in the comments, do you wash your rice and do you wash your meat too? So we're gonna toast this rice for about maybe 2 to 3 minutes. Damn, that looks so good. So now what we're gonna do, rule of thumb when it comes to rice, you're gonna double your amount of liquid as the rice. So we got 1.5 cups of rice, so we're gonna do 3 cups of beef broth. And we're just gonna quickly re-season this just a little bit, because I promise you some of that flavor is gonna be lost while we boil this, because that's a reduced sodium beef broth. So you add your hot sauce, a little bit of Tony. I ain't from New Orleans, but I love the way they say that though. All right, so we got Tony's no salt, a little bit of onion powder. I've been cooking for a while, so yeah, I always use the pour side, you know what I mean? So you just, boom. Get at a good little mix real quick, get all them flavors up in there. Drop 2 bay leaves on in there, boom. All right, so you see everything is boiling right now. That's what we want. So we're gonna go ahead and just shut this up with a lid. Rice is so easy, y'all. All we're gonna do is turn this down to the lowest setting possible without turning the stove off. Then we're just gonna let that cook for about 15 to 18 minutes. If you're rocking with the recipe, then I know you're gonna love this, all right? So this recipe is also in my newest cookbook, Kitchen Culture. All right, so we got 90 recipes. Y'all look at me, hey. All right, so we got anything that you could imagine, right? So we got Nashville hot chicken sandwiches. What else? Let me just crab boil ramen. You know, we got a whole snapper. Just anything you could think of. So the link will be in the description box below. But without further ado, let's go and get back to the recipe though, all right? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Okay, so this has been going for about 18 to 20 minutes, right? So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that smells like pressure too. All we're gonna do now is just fluff this rice. Now with this bay leaf, or the 2 bay leaves, you can leave it in or take it out. It really don't too much matter. And then now for the garnish, you're just gonna go ahead and cut up a couple green onions. Get all of that flavor up in there. I really put my whole fucking kneecap in this whole life. Oh yeah. Alright, so we done made it to the end of the recipe, so hopefully you got in mind who you finna be cooking this for. Or if you're cooking it for yourself, even better. Self-love is just important in 2023. But if you enjoyed the recipe, hit that thumbs up button for me, and you might as well subscribe. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna be coming back. All right, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And look, I'll catch y'all in the next video.
Yes, Lord, let me talk. You tuned into the Chef Cole in the kitchen. We here for a good time, not a long time. Matter of fact, we here for a great time. Yes, Lord, let me talk.